Hi everyone, it's Chris here from OPMC, and we wanted to do a little bit of a series on the lead up to the peak sales period for eComm sites. Now we're on the march to Christmas, we're on the march to Black Friday. All of these things are coming up, and it's best to be prepared because now is the time, right? You don't want to be stuck with big problems right in the middle of the most important period. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these videos at this point to give you some pointers, some tips, some ideas that you can take back to your office and to your team and have a little bit of a chit chat about and maybe do something about. So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about getting a second opinion about your site. So what happens as eComm merchants is we tend to find that we are focused on our own things, and it's always a good opportunity now to take a step back and get other people's feedback about your site. Now, I'm not talking about getting your friends' opinions, and I'm not talking about getting the opinions of your team, because people tend to be very complimentary the closer they are to you. So if you want people to tell you how good your site is, even though you ask for honest feedback, the best way to do that is to ask your friends and family. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to talk about the benefits of getting external advice and why that's important. So there's heaps of ways you can do that. You can ask for your web designer or web developer to do a bit of a check-in with you to give their opinion. If you're working with an ad agency, to get their opinion, just sort of a general, hey, let's have a meeting and have a chat about it. But there are heaps of people who will do reviews of your site too. So they can do like a video review as well as an in-person consulting type thing, depending on where you are with your business and what you're looking for. So I've seen a whole bunch of these kind of videos. I've done them myself as well. And the idea here is that that person is there to give an unbiased external opinion on your site. And while you may not like everything that they say, maybe you completely disagree with them on some points, the idea is to sort of get a run through of the whole site, what works, what doesn't, especially that sort of initial impression from that person of what they're seeing as they're reviewing your site and what they're not liking and what's not working. So I think it's really telling to actually have this recorded and watch how they react to your site in real time. I find that that's really valuable because what you're going to find is you're going to see their reactions to things as they happen. You're going to observe their emotions as they're trying to do basic things on your site, more complicated things on your site. And I think the outcome there is that you end up with a whole bunch of suggestions, and you can decide which ones of those you take, which ones of those you leave. You know, it's nothing personal, but that you can get a bit more perspective from what you currently have, because you don't have as much perspective when you're, in the thick of it, right? And you've been busy at work, the sales period is come and gone, and now we're moving into the next cycle, right? So it's a really good opportunity to do that. So I've seen heaps of people do this on YouTube. There's also sites like Fiverr as well that do this kind of thing, as well as, trusted advisors. But please, I would suggest that you get a fresh external perspective. If you have a really good relationship with, say, your web company, web agency, it's nothing personal, but you should really take ownership of that yourself to get an opinion about what one or several even consultants are thinking when they're looking at your site. So that'd be my first tip, my first cab off the rank for suggestions for leading up to the peak sales period. So if you liked this video, you found something resonated with you, please subscribe to see the next videos in the series. And if you have any suggestions or feedback, or if there's something that you'd like to know about, that you'd like to ask us about, please comment and we'll see what we can do to cover that off in a future video. All right. Thanks, everyone.